Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda, and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And on my channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. I also do sister lock updates and lifestyle updates. So if that is something that you are interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. I would greatly appreciate it. And today's video is a part of a playlist, the 3 Under 3 Carrot DIY playlist, and it's hosted by my sweet friend Melinda at the Crafty Doll. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our first DIY. I'm going to go ahead and place the total cost to create all of my DIYs in the corner of the screen. So for this DIY, it cost me a total of 29 cents. So I am going to be using some 6 clothespins and some twine, some wood glue, and some paint that I already had. The wood glue I already had. The clothespins were 2 cents each. And then the twine was a pack of 6 that came in a container that was 99 cents. So I used the whole roll. So that cost me 17 cents. And that came from Mark's in Ohio while I was there on vacation some years ago. So I'm going to start off by taking the middle piece off of the clothespins, and I'm going to go ahead and use the wood glue to glue those together. And then I am going to use some of the orange paint, and I'm going to paint them. And then I'm also going to I'm only going to paint 3, and then the other ones I'm just going to leave the natural wood color. And then I also have some baby breath, and the baby breath is from some roses that my husband got me from Valentine's Day. And as I was getting ready to throw the roses out, I decided that I would use the baby's breath because it would give it a more organic feel. And then what I did was I took that twine and I just started to wrap it around the clothespins to connect the baby's breath. And then I went ahead and did that to all 3 of my clothespins. And then I took the remainder of the twine, and then I wrapped it around all 3 of my clothespins. And that is it for this DIY. I love the way that these turned out. I am actually in the process of starting to decorate my living room, and I do plan on using this DIY in my living room for my Easter spring decor. So you'll have to let me know what you think. I love the way these turned out, and the price to create these was fantastic. So we are moving right along to our next DIY for today, and this DIY cost me a total of $1.70. So I'm going to be using some Waverly Antique Wax. I have some of the Dollar Tree carrot erasers. I have this little can from some smoked oysters. I have these little wood rounds. I gave myself 20 cents for those, although I probably didn't pay that much for the 4 because I had a whole container of them, and I probably paid less than $1, and I had probably a couple hundred of them. And then I'm also going to be using some sticks that just came from outside. So I'm going to start off, and I'm also going to use some Waverly, some of the Waverly white paint, and also some of the reindeer moss. And so I'm going to start off by taking my carrot erasers, and I am going to start to add some of the Waverly Antique Wax all over those just to give it some definition. And then I went ahead and painted my can with the Waverly white paint. And then after I did that and it was dry, I went over it with some of the Waverly Antique Wax. And then when that was complete, I took 4 of my little wooden rounds, and I just kind of eyeballed where I wanted to place them to create my wheels. And I hot glued those onto my little tin can here to create my little wagon. And then once I had that done, I took my sticks and I went ahead and hot glued those together to create my little my handlebar, I guess, or I'm not really sure what to call it. So I went ahead and just broke the stick in half, and then I cut a smaller piece and I hot glued one section on top of the other, and then I hot glued it to my my can, or the base of my wagon. And then once I had that complete, I had some pieces of scrap floral foam that came from a different DIY. So actually, I think I may have come from, it's from another DIY that I took out to use on this DIY, and I think the next DIY that I have coming up also. So I went ahead and hot glued that to the bottom of my wheelbarrow, and then I started to place my carrots. I did use a tiny bit of hot glue just to make sure that my carrots would stand up straight, and then I went ahead and added a small amount of the reindeer moss on top, and that is going to be it for this DIY. I love it. It is so stinking cute. You have to let me know what you think about this DIY, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, and if you're already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I really do appreciate it. And today's video is a part of the 3 under 3 challenge, when we're creating some carrot DIYs, and it is hosted by my sweet friend Melinda at the Crafty Doll. I will have the link to her channel and to the playlist in my description box. If you could go ahead and click on the link to continue watching all of the lovely crafters videos, I would greatly appreciate it. We are moving on to our last and final DIY for today. So for this DIY, I believe I paid $217. The total cost is what I guesstimated. So I'm going to be using some more of the reindeer moss. I have these picks that I took off of a floral arrangement that I had, and then I have this little planter that was 25 cents from, I can't remember if I got this from an estate sale or from the thrift store. And then I also have some of the Dollar Tree carrots, and I believe, and then I'm going to be using some of the ribbon came from, I want to say Dollar General, I believe is where that ribbon came from. So I'm going to start off by taking my planter and then just adding some of the Waverly Antique Wax just to rustic up a little bit. And then I went ahead and pulled out my carrots. I'm going to use all 5 of them. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take some of the greenery off of that pick to create a new stem for my carrots. And then once I have that done, I am going to add some of the floral foam to my container. So here I am just trying to get the right size of it, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut that in half and place that into and I'm going to place that into my planter. And I'm going to use these little sticks. So these sticks came off from the Valentine's Day, the little hearts that had the small little hearts that had the little sticks in them. I kept the sticks that I used. I used the hearts on a previous DIY for Valentine's Day, and I ended up keeping those little sticks. So I used those to create some little picks with these carrots. And then once I placed my carrots into my container, my planter, I went ahead and started to add some of the the reindeer moss. And then I also have one of these little rabbits that these came from Dollar General also, yeah, because they were $1 a piece. I mean, $1 for a pack of 6, I believe is what it said on the package. I had some wooden ones, but I couldn't find them, but I did find these, so I went ahead and just painted, went over it with some of the wavy antique wax. And then here I'm going to be using some of that carrot ribbon, excuse me. And then I didn't like it being so white, so what I did was I went ahead and took my little my napkin that I had already had some of the wavy antique wax on, and I just kind of rustic and dirtied up the ribbon, and then I went ahead and hot glued it to my planter. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love it. You have to let me know what you think. I actually ended up using this DIY and incorporating it into another DIY that I did. So that video, I'm not sure if that video came out before this video or after this video, but I love the way that it all turned out. And please go ahead and click on the link in my description box to continue watching the playlist. And so that is going to be it for today's video. If you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you on Sunday. Goodbye.